In this video, we explore the use of basic string manipulation. So, string manipulation is the act of manipulating, extracting, or changing the characters in a string variable. Let's have a look at a few real applications of where you might use this. So in our first example, let's consider an online form. So you can see here we've got a first name field and a last name field, and the user is of course able to type in their name in any format they like. They may just accidentally be slipping on a shift key or a caps lock. Here I've exaggerated the situation, but you can see the name Craig Sargent has been entered with a mixture of lower and uppercase characters. We may require internally that the first letter of each name is capital and the rest are then lowercase, regardless of how it's been typed in. So we would need to perform some string manipulation on the contents that have come in. We would need to extract the first letter from the entered strings and convert it to uppercase. We need to extract all the remaining letters from the strings, convert them to lowercase, and then join or concatenate the two parts back together again. In this example, we're looking at a typical search engine and considering something called text parsing. You might be used to being able to type in phrases such as 6 centimetres in inches, and then the result appearing on the screen. Well, 6 centimetre in inches would be a string, and the search engine would then have to parse this string and manipulate it to provide a sensible output. It would have to be able to extract the number 6 from the string, extract the character centimetres, extract the character inches, and then run some algorithm to understand what needs to be done. Consider the situation of a train ticket. In this example, train station names have to be abbreviated to a set number of characters so they can fit on a printed ticket. With long train station names, for example London Paddington, the string would need to be manipulated, so we end up with London Paddingtn, and again this would be an example of string manipulation. So let's have a look at a range of string manipulation commands that you need to be aware of for the exam. Now the syntax being shown here is the one that you'll be presented with in the exam, so it's the one you should become familiar with. It might not exactly match the one that you're using in your language. So the first is the string.length command, here .length, and it returns the length of a string. So we'd say variable becomes equal to string.length, and if string was hello, then length would become 5. We need the ability to convert strings to upper and lower case, and we do this with .upper and .lower. So we have variable equals string.upper and variable equals string.lower. And in both cases, if the string supplied was the word hello, it would be returned entirely in upper or lower case as appropriate. The next one is .substring. This returns part of a string starting at the character of the first parameter and up to the number of characters in the second parameter. So we have string.substring starting position, comma, number of characters. So string.substring 3, 1, if the string supplied was hello, it would extract the letter L. We can also extract part of a string by using the .left and .right commands. This returns the leftmost or rightmost characters from a string where the parameter indicates how many characters you want to return. It's also possible to concatenate together or join together separate strings, and for this we use the addition or plus operator. We have conversion, and we have for this the ASC command and the char command. So the ASC written in capital letter would return the ASCII value of the character supplied in brackets, and the CHR command would return the character from the ASCII number supplied in brackets. So ASC open brackets string A would return the number 65. Whereas the other way round, char brackets 65 brackets would return the uppercase character A. If you've been learning to program during your GCSEs in Python, then all of these commands are supported, but the syntax is a little different. Now, the syntax we're showing here is not the one that we presented in exam questions, but you are allowed to answer all exam questions in the language of your choice, and in most cases it's very similar. So .length instead becomes len, L-E-N, and then open brackets and the string you want to produce the length of. .upper and .lower operate in very much the same way. The substring command is subtly different. So here we provide a string and then we use square brackets and we provide two parameters separated by colon. The first parameter indicates the starting character of the string, and this is 0 indexed, so the number 2 here would actually be the third character in the string. And then the second parameter is the end of the string you want to return non-inclusively. So if our string was hello, then string open square brackets 2:3 close square brackets would return L. And then the ASCII conversion is very similar, apart from its lowercase characters in Python and not uppercase, and it's ORD to return the ASCII value, not ASC. Otherwise it performs exactly the same.